Well, well, well. We are out of scary mode. But I haven't been released yet. Hello, hello, hello. It is me, Indy Pro Star. We're coming at you after a several day hiatus. I apologize for that. You know, I said it on Discord Tuesday. Wait for it. Wait. It didn't work. I will have to look into that. Hold on. You messed me up. Thank you, Gray, for this 31 months. Is that what I saw? I'm sorry, I pulled out of it. 31 months. Holy cow. Let's see. I was looking for that. So did you guys? Did you ruin my TTS? I think you ruined my TTS. Oh, wait a minute. God darn it. Okay. So that's why it didn't work. Because so I had it on, let's see, I need a browser source, add a source. New source. So I had this on the standard OBS, and then the standard OBS dropped off the face of the planet. And hold on, we got to do some things here. I got to add this to like everything. Hold on. Did I put the right? So copy this and then go to close. I did it wrong. Okay, I did it wrong. Properties. I'm going to take this. We're going to add that and hit close. And then we go back to this, and we're going to take this. We're going to put a browser source, add source, and that's this. And we add the source. Okay, that's that. And let's try. You know, I actually got to do it on everything. Of course you would make me do all like I don't understand. Gray, gosh darn it. All right, you're infamous for making me do all this stuff. Tonight's going to be a long stream, by the way. We're going to try to get as much of this done as we can. So there's that. And then you break things. Yes, you break things all the time. It's okay. I love you for it. Browser source, monster, boom. Okay, so let's see if what I did fixed it. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Where'd it go? I'd like to do it again. Boom. All right. We're gonna pretend that that's Gray finally subscribing at 31 months. Thank you, Gray, for that. Let's see if it works now.
Doki.
There it is. I was waiting for C3PO to say your message. He never said it. So I was like, why didn't he say it? Because it was never put on this stream. I was always put on OBS, but not Streamlabs OBS. But yeah, I had C3PO become my TTS. So, there it is. Doki Doki. Great, thank you for the 31 months. So yeah, Tuesday to Thursday, kind of rough for me. I don't get out of karate until like 9 to 9:30, depending on how the family is. Sometimes I gotta help them, and if I don't get dinner until 10:30, 11, I'm not getting on because I usually go to bed at 11:30. So it's like, well, I mean, I just got off dinner, well, what am I going to do? And then, of course, yesterday was Halloween, and if you were following me on Instagram, I'm going to start advertising my Matthias Starkey Instagram, but my personal Instagram has me as Average Joe's from Dodgeball, so I was walking around in my Average Joe's basketball stuff yesterday with the family, so that was a lot of fun. I'm glad everybody's happy and safe. Welcome back. Scary month is over. No more scary games, unless I roll a scary game, unless you vote to see me play a scary game. We'll have to come back to this in next October. I did start this during Scary Month, so I will finish it. So let me pull up Streamlabs. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Not Streamlabs, I meant Steam. No, I was telling everybody L for love last night. I was walking around, L for love. Let's see. Let's move on over. Are you hearing that? Why does it sound like a little 16-bit? Log in. DDLC. How's the audio? Is that too loud? Mic's working good. Everything, you can hear everything. You can hear me over the game and all that. All right. Load game. I think I accidentally. Seems good. You can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Okay. Yeah, we're showing poems now. Natsuki, what do you got for me? Hey, real quick, is there any action to this game at all, or is this just an all-reading game? That's like a psychological, you know, goosebumps, like Stephen King. Read and watch your head explode. There's some at the end. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? You want to get smacked? Anyway, I guess it's time to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. It's kind of what? What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Because that's the natural response to a girl who knows why you won't like it, but doesn't want to tell you why you think you won't like it. Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Some people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. The one is easy to read, but it hits you hard. In this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Okay, so is this going to be like a murder mystery? How simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay, like set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. I guess what went into it than I realized. If something jumps out at me, I'm shutting off the stream and I'm walking away. Well, I guess not. I think this game hits harder than when it came out. What do you mean? But when did this game come out? If Suki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. 2017? So it's more relatable now than it was 8 years ago? Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I'm just trying to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem. Yeah? Yeah, definitely. Interesting. The only thing I can think of what's going on now is very political. Like this country is being very politically driven. But I think it has everything to do with, like, people's driving force. And, of course, politics keeping their opinions inside places where they shouldn't be. Just run the country. Nobody asks for the political opinion from a politician. I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be better after reading through it. So it's that bad? No, did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm sorry. Been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Well, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through all that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it says demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills. Like this is right here, I'm getting lectured by the English major, okay? Have you ever seen Gallagher's explanation on English? That's exactly how I feel. That's why I'm a math person. Everything she's saying right now, as brilliant as it is going to go right over my head. Because I'm not going to understand it, okay? There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing. How do you figure? Okay, I don't get that statement. Let's analyze this statement for a second. How are there different styles? That's like saying that English is an art at that point. So then I'm going to sit here and go, well, if English is an art and styles differ from person to person, then hello says hello. Hello, hello. How are you? If English is an art, then how is there a right or wrong? And if there is a right in a style that has English as an art, then I'm going to sit here and go, like, how is that, like, justifiable, I think. It depends on, but that's, okay, so it depends on what you write and how you want to portray things, Gray says. So I'm going to ask you this then, Gray. If it's subjective to the person, how is it right or wrong? How can the person next to me say that how I'm writing is right or wrong? And see, that's something my mind could not wrap around, because in English, you still got a grade, you still, like, kind of did the assignment right or wrong. But at the same time, it's like, how am I right or wrong if it's personal to me and how I'm trying to express it? But apparently I got it wrong a lot, so like that's why I could not logically get around that. When I write, I describe things very visually. This is Gray, by the way. That's not me. Others don't necessarily. Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on, in that sense, what your primary objective is. So if you're writing things very visually, then you want your reader to be immersed in what you're writing, right? Grammar and punctuation are hard rules. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, that's probably the only thing I could get by. But when we had to do poetry in like English class and write our essays out and things like that, and have to use our similes and onomatopoeias and what's the other one? Like all of our we had to put a lot of adjectives down and all that. I mean, then it was like, now you're inputting rules into my style. And that's just that's where I got frustrating. Because I want to write what I want to write, but at the same time, I had to write it within a certain set of rules. I want the reader to see what I'm seeing in my head. So that's what makes most writers, I think, very, very successful. Because if you just write to write a story, you leave it to the reader to kind of paint their own picture. The guy jumped off a mountain. Well, how big was the mountain? Was it snowy? I mean, what kind of mountain are you doing? So, I mean, I can give you the outline, I suppose, because I'm the one that I'm more the guy that's like, hey, my friend Jeffrey jumped off a mountain. Well, did he have a parachute? Did he have a hang glider? I mean, how did he just jump? I mean, did he go from one rock to another? I never explained any of that. All I know is that I have the setting and everything else. So that's where I fail in English and all that stuff. So this is where Yuri is about to say things right now that's going to go right over my head. And I'm not going to understand any of this. When I rewatch Critical Role, I see the same buildings and people in my mind as I did the first time. Well, they're very descriptive. Don't get me wrong. The reason why I watch, or I like watching, especially Matt Mercer, I haven't seen a whole lot of Brendan's stuff, but I'm watching this, is that they're so descriptive with the world they're building that it's easy. And the reason why I have such great respect for that is because I can't do it. I mean, I can go with them in the journey, and I close my eyes and I can visualize what they're describing and explaining about their settings and everything else. And it's such a fascinating thing to kind of listen to, because they're taking basically this fantasy. I love fantasy, but they're taking this fantasy world, dragons and dungeons and monsters and magic, and they're building a world that I can get behind and follow and everything else. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. So I'm so entranced by it. I'm so sad that I never got a chance to really partake. The other is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. Hold on. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. And after all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. What? Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. What? Calm? breathing air of the present but lining in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. What are you, like a firefly? Sounds like she's a firefly. Sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Yeah, see, I'm a good backpedal. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. I'm really glad you like it, I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did. Only glanced over it after all, but remember, the poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. You like her poem? It's poems like that, though, that drive me up a wall. Like, I just... Okay, I see this in my kids, all right? I'm going to, like, here's my next tangent. I see this in my kids. So, if my kid is told that this is the wrong way to do something, he just doesn't ever do it again. Okay, he never does it ever the same way ever again. He's you know, he's like a one and done. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. You said it the first time, and I'm going to abide by the rules that you laid down for me. So I'm very much. I've seen the same exact pattern happen in my life when I look back and everything, and I'm like. When I was told about poetry and poems, it was always AABB or ABAB, right? Stanzas. So they rhymed in an AABB or an AA or an ABAB type pattern. So from that point on, every poem I've ever written always had the AABB stanza. So when they started explaining different types of poetry in junior high, I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I still don't, to this day. To me, it has to be AABB for me to understand. So I'm reading these poems, I'm like, nothing rhymes. So I know part of me is like going like, ugh, is this a poem? I really don't know if it's a poem or not. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. Because, again, I was a one and done, just like my kids are. You know, you tell me that AABB is a poem, then that's in my head is what a poem is. So I wish somebody would explain poetry to me. I really do, because I need to get that out of my head, that there's more than one type of poem. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbiotically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn. Putting it that way. I never thought of that. That's impressive. Well, it's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Maybe you're right. Guess I'll have to keep trying. I guess Monica's last. I've seen you before. Aren't you in WarioWare? Having a good time so far? By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Be afraid to bring things up, okay? Based on a dictionary definition, a mix of writing and song usually has a meter. Did that last poem have a meter? I thought one of those lines was just one word long. So I'm like, what's the meter in that poem? Like, I'm legitimately saying, please help me on this one, because I'm not going to understand this. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today. That's the sort of barrier that we'll all have to learn to get past soon. I like this one. It makes me think of something Say would like. Sayori. You and Say are really good friends, right? Wouldn't be surprised if you had all sorts of things in common. But Say and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. Grace says, I wonder if all poems would be capable of being sung, like song lyrics and don't rhyme all the time. Like song lyrics don't rhyme all the time? Yeah. Interesting. Phone on so I can see what's going on. Curious little statement. I wonder if there's a way to like test that assertion. Like, could I don't want to suggest AI, but could like an artist, musician, possibly look into that? Maybe. Like, could they come up with a beat that goes with certain rhyme and poem? Because we got literal thousands of years of poetry. So, surely we can put some of that together, right? To a song, or at least... Could it be done in combination? Like, take that poem and add to it, because some poems are pretty short. But you can take the general idea and either use it as a bridge, or maybe even the chorus itself is the poem. I don't know. That's a good think about, I think. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Could be. Sound like Yuri. But in any case, Say's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yes, a poem can be a song by adding music and melody to it. This is the common practice resulting in an art song. Yet, when set to classical music or a song style, if a group or poem is used. Google AI result of can a poem be a song? You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be that good. Just because I talk confident doesn't mean I feel confident. Well, let's read it. Hole in the wall. It could have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I'll peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever. Oh, gotta scroll down. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. He, on the other side, was looking in. Freeform. That's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Yeah, that's kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. AABB. Got it, Monica. We're on the same page. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some sort of empathy, kind of epiphany. I was like, where's the M? I was like, that's like epiphany recently. Been influencing my poems a bit. Yeah, something like that. It's kind of like, kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, but because it's kind of coming from on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a sad story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. This one is so happy. Right here. That I feel like she's going to be the most depressed. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on a paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice. Thanks for listening. I glance around the room. That's everyone. There's a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to their standards. This is literature club after all. I sigh, I guess. That's solid advice for artists. Man, I'm seeing the quote in my head too. It was trying to think of what I heard it from. I want to say it was Star Trek, but I'm not sure. When he was like, just put your pen to a pad, start writing. And whatever comes out later, after you're done writing, can easily be cleaned up, but at least you have your thoughts. Just do something that make it better. Yeah. I've seen it. I know I've heard that phrase somewhere. I want to say it's Star Trek. I think I know the episode too, so I'm going to have to go back and look. Across the room, Sam and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes line on Yuri and Natsuki. They edge of the glass sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other of their expressions change. Furrow and frustration, while Yuri smiles sadly. With this language. Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Completely missed the symbolism of something. It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant that language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Where's that? You gotta give me that anime, like, you know, frustration star when they give me a headache. Starting to get a headache. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. They liked it, and Indy Pro did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. The blood vessel cross? Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. You know, whenever you see Jesse and James and you say Jesse sucks as a Pokemon trainer and her head's about to explode. That. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member. It's not what I meant. Maybe you're just jealous that Indy Pro appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Man, you just don't know when to shut up. Like, this fight is getting nowhere, but you guys are going to keep going at it. I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. But you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Indy Pro started showing up. Ooh. It's a little... This doesn't involve you! Where's the little tear coming out of her eyes? Indy Pro? She's trying to make me look bad. She started it. If she can get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Oh no, they're dragging me into this. This is where you walk away and go, guys, not really. Exit, stage left. There's a reason why... Exit, stage left. There's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Indy Pro? I know, how did I get dragged into this? That's exactly my thoughts. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, who's that going to be? Help me! She's so defensive that I cannot bring myself to say anything to her. Say? Everyone's fighting, making Say uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? That's my escape? That was the option I got? I blame her? That was like, no, don't help me. That's just too easy to say, so I'll just blame her. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Say wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. Your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Listen to yourself. This is exactly why nobody likes... What? Just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Atsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words, and Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Okay, that's exactly what I would have said. Also, Atsuki's cuteness, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Okay. That's exactly what I would have said. Alright. Say stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildering expression. I'll make some tea. Atsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. This is why Say is vice president. He nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah. Not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, guess that means that Say is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weird to see, weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. Take good care of her, okay? I hate to see her get herself hurt. You can count on me. She smiles, my stomach rolls up in knots. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. This is where Say's gonna get jealous. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, mostly. I'd say the same. It was neat thing talking about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Gosh darn it. Yeah, that's what I would have said. I did learn a little more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do at least better job impressing those I want to impress. Sure, let's go. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Oh, what happened earlier? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. What, does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what's making me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, just have to see what the future holds. You're a good friend, Say. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Say as an eternal monologue sometimes. Let's do this! What the heck does that word mean right there? Let's go with pain this time. Pain and anger. Disoriented. Unending. Beauty. Infinite. Uncontrollable. Extraordinary. Fireflies. See, I'm not going to relate well with the middle one at all. It's another Monica, what's up? Shining brilliantly. Synonym bright, showing or expressing vitality, love, or joy. Splendid, wonderful. Interesting. I've never heard the word. Nibble. Nimble. Dazzle. Calm. Sweet. Spoof. Load. Kitty. Love kitty. Or kawaii or vivid. Let's go with vivid. cage. I totally knew it'd be heart and you knew it by heart. I did not use the search engine to define it. I believe you. See, I have to believe chat. Okay, so I'm totally going to believe you right now. So what's an onomatopoeia? Because I really don't know. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. Why would people lie on the internet? You know what? True. I'm the biggest laughable comment. Onomatopoeia you actually do know. You know how many people I say they really like my stream and they can offer me the best viewers on Twitch? From Steambo or Steamboo or whatever. Totally believe them. Every single last one of them. Gosh darn it, Gray. Like I didn't ask you. It's the words we use to express sound effects. What's alliteration then? But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? It's not like you at all. I have my reasons. When we take a look at the purse. Why that all of a sudden? No reason really, I just wanted to look at it. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open, then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill on the desk. Only 2 small coins. Yeah, I knew it. I can see right through you. Alliteration is the repeating use of... It is different than oh yeah, I know. Bruce Banner, Peter Parker, Dun Dun Dugan, Bin Fang Boom. You're always hungry, so that leaves only the one option. Don't make me feel guilty. Aha. Oh, I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something that was in my book. That's, don't get me involved with that. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. What's a simile? Okay, chat, simile. Here's your next English question of the day. I got 2 absorbed into my book. It doesn't have much, but it's the fun side of you. No way you could think that. I did something bad now, and I have to accept the revelation, retribution. I always aspire to alliterate as often as possible. Come on! I didn't ask for an example. I asked for a definition. But yes. Still coming from you. Say, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Say knows exactly what she's doing. Well, I wanted to say it. Alright, well. This chat is turning into this game right now. Like, I can't... There's no difference between reading chat and reading this game. She told you guys she would bring me to the club before she even told. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for all the cupcakes. I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that. Something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles on the... Ow! Strong as the Hulk and as annoying as Deadpool. Come on, Gray. I asked for the definition, not examples. But yes, you're right. A cookie! Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. That one almost worked. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. So, totally worth seeing your reaction, though. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. A figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, used to make a description more... Except for one thing. That's not what makes a simile a simile. You're missing the two words that are used in similes. It's the only way I know what a simile is compared to, starts with an A. I don't remember the other descriptive language. But it uses two very specific words that make it a simile. ChatGPT, you know what? I'm going to use ChatGPT. I'm going to use Google AI. Much better. It's descriptive using the words as and like. So, quick question. What is a description that doesn't use as or like? What's that called? No good. That's her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Ouch. Oh my gosh. Game, let's go. Be a game. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in hand. That's if he reaches up to nudge. Say off of her. Oof. Leans down and takes a bite out. Hey! You use Brave Search. I use Ask Jeeves. They trust a way to safety. Yuri and I laugh well. You're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you say... Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have you heard anything about her being late today? There is technically gameplay at the end. What the heck does that mean? What would I do? I don't see myself running around like Mario jumping on their heads. I don't see myself pulling out a gun and going to FPS mode. Does Jeeves still exist? I doubt it. That's the last time I asked the internet for a question. Before Google AI, before Yahoo, it was always Jeeves, and Jeeves always knew. So while everybody's raving nowadays that like ChatGPT and Google AI are right there and they're doing things for me, there was always Jeeves. You can ask Jeeves anything and he knew the answer, alright? The original AI. So I told a joke on Facebook today. Changed to ask in 2006. You guys want to hear my joke? I got booed off the internet. I can get booed off of Twitch. You ready for it? Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. Pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a be surprised, she probably is more desirable than all of us combined. Excuse me? Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. No, we were spreading rumors. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You were so strong-willed. What on earth are you talking about? Quizzical glances at me. Never mind. Helped you up anyway. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. You haven't heard the bell ring, at least? I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. I wasn't aware that you played music as well. Always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. I don't want to learn piano myself. Milo! What? Ouch. So maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay, that sounds so cool. I'd also look forward to it. In that case, I won't let you down. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. In that case, best of luck. Though I didn't miss anything. Not really. It's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up playing to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down and say somehow finished the entire cookie or man. Pause. Say suddenly comes up to me. I'm going to go get some supplies from another classroom. Supplies? What for? Well, you know, the festival's coming up. Me and Monica, we're going to make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find crayons, markers, and glue sticks. Or I'll go with you. Yay. Oh, but I wanted to go. So much fun exploring the empty classrooms and stuff. Okay, it was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Yay! Yep, let's go. To the classroom. I follow behind, see or skips around the hallway. Honestly, feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. They finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out, don't you worry. Yep, we're going to do a poetry performance. Well, everyone's going to take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. You're not thinking about it right in the right way at all. Not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem. I don't know what's going on. To what ends have I summoned this joy from? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field for it is but a barren wasteland. Like that. How do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You're a meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. It's just meant that it's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing, but I guess that means I'm doing a good job. I guess so. Festival is going to be so much fun. Why do I feel like the whole school is going to bully me? Ray says glue with an next to it. Let's begin the mission. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in a room more and more. So going and entering with Say brings out about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Say heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons. Are we in high school? I don't know about your high school, man, but when I was in high school, there was no crayons anywhere but the art room. No crayons, okay? I'm not even sure the art room had crayons. I think we were responsible for bringing our own crayons. And if you're going to sit there and tell me that this is like a Japanese classroom, I'm going to say your American classrooms suck then. Okay? I had to bring all my own stuff. They're the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. Alright, that one's down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Back. It's Japanese classrooms. Well, American classrooms suck then, in high school. I mean, elementary school is really fun, but... You were homeschooled, hence why you're so normal and not weird at all. So you had crayons in your classroom, is what you're saying? So I'm the only one that got screwed here. Is that what I'm hearing? Like English and art. If you can't tell that my affinity for English, you probably understand my hatred of art also. I never felt that I had any artistic ability until pro wrestling, when I started coming up with the stories myself in my head and how I wanted to portray and act them out. She smacks herself in the forehead into the shelf. My forehead. Not like you, is it? Come on, let me see. You have to move your hand, but it hurts. Just do it for a second. Look at those crayons. They're like straight out of an elementary school. Time for me to go eat. Marie. Well, thanks for hanging out. Just another Monaco. Have a good time in my literature club. Yeah, I'm having a blast, can you tell? I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow, sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's going to swell up. I should find you some ice. Well, where would I even find ice around this time? Guess a cold drink will have to do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Say makes a silly joke. What were you saying? Be right back, okay? Okay. I pass Say on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine, since it'll be used as an iPad rather than to drink, but I know Say likes apple juice, so I'll purchase that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Say. Inhorn. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other one to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Say, here I hand Say the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. He opens the caps and starts drinking from it. I say, what are you doing? For your forehead, dork. No, I'm not going to call her an idiot. How hard did you hit your head? It stings. Just bear with it. It will feel better soon. It's like you cleaned up most of the crayon, so that's good. Kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know, how we used to play outside all the time. I'd always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. I usually fell behind or I had trouble climbing or things you did. And sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall, scrape myself, or get a bump. And I'd start crying really hard. You would rush over as quickly as you could. You would try hard to get me to stop crying. It's almost like you blamed yourself or were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault. Did I do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do, a bit. Guess I was always focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. No, in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years, you're rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy. You're a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I know it, I don't even know that I'm treating you like that. See, I gotta change my voice because now I gotta be like a badass. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Maybe you're right. I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. Say broke the Batman? No, she's trying. Say has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck with that. She's gonna say your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Don't stand up so fast. You're hurting yourself. I hope this one's probably gonna die, isn't she? Say your forehead. Well, that didn't last long now, did it? Notices instantly? Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we need? This is around. I forgot all the stuff! Found the poster paper, too. Oh, well, Say. I failed to come up with an excuse for Say. Well, I met an adventure. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Okay, everyone, are you ready to share your poems? Gosh darn it. We're just gonna go down the line. What? I just mean that you're a really expressive person. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life seem like an adventure, even the little things, like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting me in the business, getting in my business all the time. Yeah, well, I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you. Do you, so say? I pass say on that. Hey, ow! Right in the unicorn head. I'm not a kid, you know. You sure about that? Well, maybe. The pencil between her hands. Well, hey, Indy Pro, will you give me my... I'll let you know. Oh, why? Because, well, the first time you've written something for me. So you're completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Snap. Broke her finger. Gosh darn it, she broke her pencil. Say has been down to pick up the pieces she dropped, but being inattentive of her son, she bumps right into me. Sorry, it's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down, pick up the broken pencil, say clutches the desk. Beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm just a little clumsy today. Well, yeah. I grab out Sadie's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that, but it's not as good as yours. Geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams, like balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. Well, how big is this poem, dang it? I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in my bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle on a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles, deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets, hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time's elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in comes my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Did they want my bottles that much? I frantically pulled them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. Every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and just shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is the echo, 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 echo inside my head. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? I didn't expect something like this coming from you. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. See that? It's kind of creepy. Well, not exactly, but maybe because I'm so used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. I feel like it was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. Well, you've got a pretty passionate you've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Gosh darn it. That statement right here. What do we call this statement right here, chat? What? No, this is just a sweet dating sim game. Except the other 4 players are females and I'm the only male. That means it's not going to end well. Okay, this statement right here, what do we call this? It's called foreshadowing, okay? I'm calling it now. This is a foreshadowing moment. She's the final boss to this game, right here, okay? This is how you know I'm going to have to pull out my magic wand or something and cast Fireball. To end this game and see credits, okay? This right here is another statement of foreshadowing, where it says, aha, don't get ahead of yourself. Hence, it could say, aha, don't foreshadow. All right? That's exactly what the statement is saying right here, okay? It's always had a bad habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than weeks later. I wonder if this is one of her times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. We need to amend a credits rule. No, this credits is it. Okay? Anything after credits is New Game Plus, and that costs points. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't say it's any better either. Oh, well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take that as a win. And if I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Wait, maybe that was aha, glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, maybe you'll get as good as me someday. Kind of reminds me of it. Yeah, well, I guess if you're been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. She never really stuck with me as her type. Sadie has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time? I feel like she's dragging our dead weight. It's a little necessary, but I think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, okay, so here's the depressive one. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Okay, here you go. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy tried to help me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. Not bad, right? Quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I'm just warming up. Gosh darn it. Please tell me there's not a chapter 3 of this. Did you write this poem? Did I write the poem? I didn't write the poem. I actually don't have a problem with spiders. I grew up in the desert. There's only like 3 bugs in the desert. Scorpions. Like scorpions, I do consider rattlesnakes a freaking problem, and spiders. Okay? Well, I'd rather have spiders any day over scorpions and snakes. So, besides, they weren't poisonous snakes or poisonous spiders, so you know, they usually don't have anything else to eat because there's not a whole lot of flies, so they usually take nibble bites out of people. Well, I'd have spider bites on my legs all the time. No, I'm not Spider-Man. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. You don't like Amy, got it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues without. It's so much simpler analogies. I want to say analogies. I was like, I know the word. Why am I having a freaking fart all of a sudden? Brain fart all of a sudden. You were thinking of another streamer? No. Well, surprise, I'm not afraid of spiders. Like anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some sort of kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right, at least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. I feel like if I got on her good side, I'm going to end up becoming a murderer. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good... Remember, if I want to get on her good side, I wanted them to think, not feel. Ah! Another one tomorrow? Your skills are already improving. Coming from you, that means a lot. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know some choices matter. Yeah, I see that, picking certain adjectives are appealing to the three. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poems to feel perfect. So if I really want to impress her, I've got to listen to this dialogue right here, right now. Or vice versa, what I just did. Metaphors, so she's very metaphorical. Metaphors are the describing words I was looking for. Right? Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings. And write those things that you see and hear. That's the only way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. An example of that, if you'd like to read it, of course. Is this the poem you wrote today? The raccoon! It happens in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by a scuttering of a raccoon outside my windows. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious was well aware of the consequences. Well aware of that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. Moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. That very same light glistens in the eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Each time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows its excitement. Rush of blood. Classic... What? Peruvian conditioning? That's Peruvian conditioning, right? I slice the bread and I'm feeding myself again. It's a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I read too much, so the words that still trip me are words like hyperbole. Ugh. A lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Habluvian, right? I don't know what that means either. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own ways. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Pavlov. Like the dog and the bell. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About something being ridiculed for a strange interest? He was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. Does she really feel that way? Sounds like the two of you have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. I don't have any reason to. Well, thanks for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably would hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit. I'm glad you're a good listener. Oh, I'm going to say Monica. I'll take that as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. Pretty good. Makes me think of Say. See, she's the one that's going to tell you who you scored most like. But you suppose... Again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm just teasing. Friends with everyone, but you don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? Well, yeah. You're the high school cheerleader. Sorry, no, yes, you are unapproachable. Sorry if I was putting pressure on you. I really didn't mean that. I really didn't mean it like that. No worries. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. Anyway, let's read your poem now. Let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless. Was that cacophony? Is that CACO? Cacophony? I don't know that word either. This game is giving me too many words. Come on, dude. I took basic English and ran out of school, alright? I was done with it. Here you are putting me... I'm like, oh, I'll play video games online. They don't use, like, these sophisticated, long-meaning words I've never heard of before. No, Twitch chat. Here, play this game. It's scary. It's a scary game. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. See, I know those because those are math terms. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a violin on pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me? Sorry if you don't like it. Cacophony? Pony? Cacophony. Cacophony? What does it mean? Can't I just say a lot of alliteration? Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes me feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Never know when you might change your mind. Something unexpected may happen. She doesn't know what she's talking about. You're upsetting me. Okay, well that just freaked me out a little bit. Do we have to do something for this festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I really didn't do a lot with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Say has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets where we can give out during the event. Because that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing at the event. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing! Monica, we're going to be having a great poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Say's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Who's been coloring a poster? Holds it up for the see. You kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. It's like a loud bar. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine shakes her head in fear. Guys, don't say. No, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that in the screen you were only shared the poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite the poems out loud in front of a whole, group of people. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. We start the event and each put on a good, then we'll inspire the others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better it will show everyone what literature is all about. It's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. It's those reasons why we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to feel the same thing? Brought you here in the first place? I know you do. We all do. If all it takes is staying in front of the room in 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. They remain willfully silent. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think the same. Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. Well, the least we could do is help them out a little bit. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. What about you, Yuri? Guess I don't really have a choice. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. You know what we call this? I have so far scratched 2 of the 4 of them to survive until the end of this game. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Can I go next? Aha, of course. Now let's see. The podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Clear comment that fills the room more than her reflection is pristine. Inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply the motion between each line. She's running bringing the words to life. Is it something she's done before, or is this something simply natural? Their eyes on Monica's. Say looks amazed. Yuri had an intense expression on her face that I did not understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The 4 of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Next. Poem is called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transformed into the sharp syllables of fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. We applaud. Yuri holds the poem to her chest, rushes back into her seat. That was so good. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I guess I'm next then. This one's called My Meadow. Aha. Hee hee. That's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? I see. Okay, just recite it like you're in front of a mirror. Got it. Do you have a not appropriate for all audiences tag on your stream? Gosh darn it. Do I? Don't. Okay, well, I guess not appropriate for all audiences. You're getting a warning right now, verbally. I'll probably have to delete this off of my VODs, to be honest. If it's going to get kind of dark here in a minute. I also want to probably say that this is not going to go on YouTube, if that's what we're looking at. So, sorry. Poem isn't aimlessly cheery like say is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I was to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it from Say's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Say meant that she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew, and through. Say finishes and we applaud. Good job, Say. Even Indy Pro liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nice, Say. Okay, I mean, I don't think YouTube will flag it, but I don't know about their terms of... Look, I again, back to content. I gotta be honest, I'm not doing much but reading. So, I mean, if this is like mostly reading game, and then like a reaction reading game, I don't know. I could lock it up or put it behind a a wall. Mature audience is only wall. But ultimately, I think I just leave it on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Twitch. Just farm for some clips. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. It's just because, again, like I said, I'm doing a lot of reading in this game, not a whole lot of action and choose your destiny choices. So I think this is the type of game that you want to that I don't want to show my playthrough on. I think people need to experience it themselves, kind of thing. So I think my popping up on this would just be more like, my reactions to the game rather than, how the game is played or should be played or how you guys would play it. I think this is more like a telltale, like it's your story. It's your perception on this game that you might want to explain after the fact or whatever. I mean, we could do that after the game's over, the credits or whatever, where we could I can like do a review, like a no game review on the game, and just be like, hey, well, I encourage you to play it yourself, kind of thing. The atmosphere of the poem fits you nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's so embarrassing to do in front of everyone. And next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, Okay. Natsuki? Huh. Don't make me go before Indy Pro. Not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Well, might as well let Indy Pro lower everyone's standards a little more before I have to do it. It's fine. I might as well get it over with, but it's not like I have much of a selection to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up, stand in front of the podium, everyone has their eyes locked on me, and it feels terribly awkward. I'm going to use the restroom. Enjoy the music. had an epiphany. While I stare at the four of them, I feel like this is a cult. Okay? I feel like I'm about to be drug into a freaking horror where the four of them are like aliens and I just find this out. You know what I mean? Super Mario 2 is about a nightmare that Mario dreamt up. How do I know that that's not what's going on here? Get out the chalk and the candles for the pentagram. That's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna go through some sort of ritual. They're gonna all pin me down. Is there a reason why there's only one guy in this club? When, like, there are four seemingly good-looking women on this thing? Need a male sacrifice. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what this game is about, isn't it? My choices are all going to be about escaping the school. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Alright, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Begrudgingly gets out of her seat, makes her way to the podium. The poem is called. Why are you all looking at me? Well, you're presenting. I mean, hello. The poem is called Jump. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. And it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Double bubble, boil and trouble. The words feel like they bounce up and down as I give light, as if giving life to them. See, they're casting spells right now. That's what these poems are. They're casting spells. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. Better not be making me do that again. Ah, well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? So me and Sei are probably going to be like the only two sane people here. When it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. Well, that's just how it is. So, well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about at the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what maybe, sure. Before we get a practice, I think me and Sei are going to be trying to escape, and she's going to die. I'll be making pamphlets, and let me know ahead of time what you all will be reciting. Probably should find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. If you don't have, it doesn't have to be your own. Great! Thank you for the gift sub to Just Another Monica. I'm gonna roll that just 10%. And you got the you got a blackout on that one. So 10% goes to Just Another Monica. Just Another Monica. That's 100 points to you. 2,000 will go to Gray at the end of the stream. It'll probably be in about an hour. But yeah, I say it's a blackout because you already won the automatic. Oh, you know what? It's a new month. It's a new month. We actually got to change that around, so never mind. Okay, we have a sudden shift in music here. We're going to go to the Games Online, I believe is where I'm going to. Ray, 2,000 more points to you, sir. And I got to go down and put just another Monica. 100 points to you. Go ahead, unblack that out, and it's a new month. You rolled a 4, by the way. Sort, custom sort. Smallest to largest, and you got to drink a bottle of water. Whole bottle of water. Do I have? That's going to start after this last game is complete, by the way. Because I still owe like a bunch of randoms. Oh, I put the wrong thing up. Besides the games, I do owe like big camera mode. I'll wear my costume for Halloween on a stream. Drink a bottle of water. I owe some exercise. I owe 5 gift subs. I will give that out December 1st. I guarantee that. But all that stuff will... I'll do all that when we start going back to the variety streams again. For the sake of the club and impressing Monica. So I gotta sacrifice Say to impress Monica, okay? That's the... It's okay, Indy Pro, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of changes, but today Say is getting a little more quieter than usual on the way home. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, I mean... So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. What would you do? The question is that? What kind of putting me on the spot here. Here's where the options start coming in play. I'd still walk home with you. You're my neighbor, dork. You always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. I made up my mind. I can't figure out. I want to respect her and keep her happy too. And again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Out again! Pure insight. Captive. Beauty. Jump. Lollipop. Happiness. Joy. Funny. Melancholy. Fear. Treasure. Cute. Depression. Shiny. Massacre. Scars. Vibrant. Nightgown. Skirt. The last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Well, I just got dumped on with a bunch of chores. Doesn't someone else play the piano? What do you mean? Boy, that smile is kind of creepy. I thought one of the other characters mentioned that they play a piano. Not that I recall. If they did, I wasn't paying attention. Do they usually have fried squid? Oh, come on. Are you saying they don't like you, of all people? Who doesn't like calamari? Come on now. Right in front of your name. Monica. Never mind. Just focus on your own event now, okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as yours. Where is Say anyway? Oh, there you are. Sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. Okay, now you're spacing out again. Mind me. Go talk to everyone else. Hey, alright. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things, jeez. Worried too much about me. Fine, see? Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Some of the papers at her desk. Hey, it's so strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Up her? What way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading too much, a little too much, but she seems like downcast. Can't say I've noticed anything about her, but making a rubber eraser across her, down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. I'm surprised I'm not the one asking. Asking you, bro. Certainly know how to her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always seems to talk to me about things that bother her. This time when I asked her, she really dismissive. Squid jerky is awesome. I've never had squid jerky. I've only ever had fried calamari. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about her well-being. Of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. It seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she's just having a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you. How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Say talks about you more than anyone else, anything else. She's so much happier ever since you joined the club. Like an extra light was turned on inside of her. One of the Asian markets near you sells it. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I could find something like that close by here. I went looking. We got an Asian market. Excuse me. Today is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. Not different now than it always has been. You're so funny. Have you ever thought maybe that you're always seen? Maybe you're the reason why she's always so cheerful? Because that's how she is whenever she's around you? Sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. I know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. I was sitting. I watch her kneel down to gently talk to her, but she keeps her voice so quiet that I can't hear anything from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Say told me not to worry about her and have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone, after some time passes, Monica Condo. Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone's retrieving the poem, and I do the same. I make eye contact and she smiles at me. I wonder what about what Say. You go last! Tell me who I'm like. Did she tell you something? Yeah, well... Indy Pro, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Been treating her like I always do. Just making sure. Just know I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her. So keep an eye on her. Say's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now. Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth, a lady who knows everything, a beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that ever sought. And here I am, a feather, like a drift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search for little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else fails me, when all else turned away, the legends that remained, until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall and I fall and I fall evermore. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she always responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose. All we seek is the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything. The answer is 42. 42? It was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we all had the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems that everyone in the club confirms writing about things that are most sad are more sad than happy. I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Oh yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm answer to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then share, because a lot comes in. Because you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yuri. You remember what? Thank Monica. I think we're all okay. So yeah, I just got done with a bunch of chores, so I'll probably be done in 25 minutes. I was hoping another 40 minutes, but it seems yeah, I'm getting tired too because of all the reading. I was afraid that this whole thing would be a chore, but it's great for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. It's been fun getting to know everyone and their writings, and I guess doing some writing myself. Have you learned anything about yourself so far? You know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself? In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer, and even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. That so? That must be terrible. For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. There's a pessimist if I've ever heard one. I just meant that I respect your opinion. But they can come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Being disliked? What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Alright, do you want me to share your poem now? Okay, here. Beach Mouse. A marvel millions of years in the making. For the womb of Earth was that chaotically meets the surface under a clear blue sky and expands an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes in. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? It's weird. Or is it kick? I haven't read cursive in forever. Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foaming tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I will return to Earth forevermore. I know this isn't actually cursive, but damn. Well, it is a sad art that we're not taught anymore in school. I'm aware that beach is the kind of innate thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amazing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing style or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it was no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wanted to show off. Not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. Can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Thanks for sharing. Are you about beaches? Yeah, I mean, not as good as yesterday's was anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. That's fine. I wonder if they did her writing as a mix of cursive and print as a subtle nod or not. Well, I wouldn't say subtle nod. I think it's just a way to create individuality between the four characters. Like, some people do prefer writing in cursive versus, you know, just your basic, I don't know, print. That's the word I was looking for. Especially artists. I would think that artists really love cursive because their writing could be so beautiful to look at, you know. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Oh, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Well, if you ended up just scaring me anyway. But if you just ended up scaring me anyway. It's not like you would actually do that. But yeah, you're right. Kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Oh, well, maybe I wouldn't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. That seriously hurt. Maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I really should just watch my mouth around. Anyway. I'll be your beach mouse. Beach mouse. Cause mixing print and cursive is a thing that is a way to identify certain things. If you're looking into what is it called? The psychological study of handwriting. I want to say it's not calligraphy, is it? Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years, but today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams, and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought you had left long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. I feel like her poems are getting a little more happier. This is a psychology thing. Yeah. So when you had said that exact statement, when you said mixing print and cursive is a thing, the way to identify certain things, I was thinking about the moment in Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. when he confronts Moriarty and he looks at his signature, and he was talking about the psychology behind term, and I can't think of it. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. Graphology? Is it graphology? I thought it was something else. Let me see if I have the movie. I'm gonna look for it. No. It'll be on HBO. Well, my luck though, you logged me out, right? Here, let me see if I don't know why I just don't look at YouTube ever. No, that's not it. I do like that scene. Here we go. This is it.
Been to a wedding here before.
Yeah.
I heard that the good doctor was to be married today. How was the service?
I finished it.
Oh, she's the one who wants to write about the same topic. Oh,
Part of the equation, life.
We can
Trust you
have a
take this into
topic.
consideration.
What considerations will you grant me?
I mean, I guess.
Have you actually read the book? I found it compelling. Though I find very interested in your more recent endeavors. Take that as a compliment. Have the utmost regard for your talents. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Line's right here.
Are you familiar with the study of graphology?
It is graphology.
Still no. The psychological analysis of handwriting.
So yeah, as soon as you said that line, that scene in Sherlock Holmes ran through my head. I could not figure out what it was, but it is graphology. So yeah, it's you're looking into it as like, is there a reason why this character is in cursive and the other characters aren't? Might say something. Why today? Is everything all right? Of course, everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Take a nap or nothing? Oh, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I want to see smiles on your face. I really thought that you would try writing your poems the way Yuri does, or even Natsuki, but in the end, I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with him. Why the freaking heck did the music just stop? Of course I do. That doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. Still understand you the most. I know you have I know you have to sometimes put up with me. I have sometimes put up with you, but we have a wavelength or something. This is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only one. You're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Say has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. You had fun with everyone else instead. This would be so much easier. I just said this before. I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Finally, she gathers her stuff and puts on a smile. It's nothing. Just a little rain cloud. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to see that. Ha ha ha. Promise that. It won't happen again. Oh, is this the dark and gloom? I think it's a great place to save and stop and... That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm going to get home and... yeah, she's got some sort of sickness. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out? Or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. I don't have a catchphrase. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is the common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different to say isn't here. Seems you're right. They always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone else is thrown off. Am I gonna run away from cops? Am I gonna get accused of something? Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. That's so. Hope she's alright. All the times not to go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. Not misunderstanding my friendship with Sei. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me these days, or today. I don't want to force it. Curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier. Everything is fine. Anyway, we need to figure out what the rest of the festival preparations are. So, let's decide what everybody will be doing this weekend. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. A lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself? Listen to the poetry pamphlets say you're be helping me design them. And as for you, Yuri. Sounds like some struggles are going on downstairs. I might have to get off here in a minute. Yes, I never gave Sora enough credit, but I can say Sayori. I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have a beautiful handwriting, you know? So maybe you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. They're all fighting over me right now, so I'm just skipping ahead. I'm supposed to choose one. But of course, I'm going to go with saving and getting out of here, guys. I'm sorry. We'll have to kick this up again tomorrow. Because bottom line is something's going on downstairs and I gotta go take care of it. But it is what's happening. Will this be the choice that matters? It depends. Feel like if I pick Monica, then I'm just being selfish, but then it's going to be whatever it is. If I pick Say, something bad's going to happen, and I'm going to end up in tears, and it's probably going to cause me to be like a loss. Loss of game, we'll end the credits and move on to back to Elden Ring. If I pick any of the other two, it's going to start a like civil war within the club, and it's downhill from there. Credits, and we go back to Elden Ring anyway. So, yeah, here it is. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, I just got a book. My kids are going to be crazy. That's the point where I think you're supposed to save and look at all of the different endings, though, or different pathways or whatever. But that's that looks like a critical moment in the game right there. That question right there. Tomorrow's going to be nuts. Yes, I hope so. But yeah, more reading, more fun, but it does have realistic, compelling, like high school drama that, you know, has underlining tones going for it, because, you know, not everybody was open and honest and everything else. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I gotta get downstairs. I got a lot of chores, and my kids are causing a ruckus. But yeah, tomorrow I'm looking forward to it. So should be fun. And I think we're still waiting until I figure it out. Am I there? Am I almost there? Because the game is like, you know, right now it's, to me, it's just a telltale. Like, I'm still trying to figure out where I'm supposed to actually play the game. I'm developing relationships with the Sims, but you'll get there. Alright, I'll get there. With that being said, though, I guess I'll have to try to get there tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for hanging out. I'm Indy Pro Star. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. And I will catch you on the next piece. I'm out.